Alright, this is Skylar Hamilton with Freedom or Bust. Just giving you guys an update on what we're doing. Due to personal time constraints and our opinion that quality is much more important than quantity, we're going to limit videos to every other Tuesday now, just so you guys know. But we want these videos to be good. We want them to be informational. We want them to be pretty professional so that you can share them on Facebook, Twitter, whatever, and that you can rely on them as a good source of information. Recently we also did an interview with Hans Anderson, Orem City Council, who revealed to us some pretty interesting information of affairs going on in Orem City that we are going to be doing alternative research on, verifying, and releasing those videos on different topics as well. So we're pretty excited about different things that are coming up, different topics we're going to be covering, rights, duties, the difference between rights and civil rights and all that. Also, we're going to be making videos associated with the Second Amendment that we think will be pretty cool, pretty informative, as well as every other amendment, and talking to the history behind it and how it applies now, how you can apply it in your life today. We also have something pretty big planned. We're going to announce it in June that will pertain specifically to Orem City, but we will be documenting how you can do it in all of your respective cities, wherever you are. And we are pretty excited about it because we have not seen another example of this happening in the YouTube community at all. We also want to cover topics from a perspective that may even differ from the Ron Paul or libertarian and more constitution-minded community, such as immigration. We're planning a big documentary on immigration issue. But just so this video isn't merely an update, I wanted to talk about something pretty basic to any video or any book or any discussion about the issue of freedom. And that's the concept of rights. So you have lots of terms thrown out. You have fundamental rights, civil rights, human rights, natural rights. What are we really talking about here? We should probably define our term. In the 1828 Webster Dictionary, it defines right in part as a just claim or a legal power or one that belongs to you. With that in mind, if it is natural to a person, even before any government, it would have to be equal to every person. Right? It should come as a result of their humanity. As Thomas Paine said, that you will not find the origin of rights other than in the origin of man, and that they're not gifts from one man to another or one class of men to another. The Declaration of Independence holds that rights are unalienable, that all men are created equal, that they're equal to every person, and that they're before, antecedent to, and superior to any government. The government's sole purpose is to protect and secure these rights. So if they are equal to every person in the state of nature even, and that no one's rights are more important than another person's rights, a natural or a fundamental right would have to be a right or a claim that can be simultaneously claimed and even simultaneously exercised by every person without forcing another to cater to one's own needs, desires, or purposes. That's the only way it can be equal, and that's the only way it can be truly natural and fundamental to every person. Now, the difference between inalienable and unalienable is very important in this context. Inalienable still holds the caveat that it can be transferred or sold with your permission. Jefferson insisted on unalienable. George Mason in the Virginia Declaration of Rights held that they were inherent and inalienable. That it's a part of you, that they are unalienable. In other words, you are not capable of transferring them. That they are part of your humanity. You can choose not to exercise your rights, or governments may infringe on your ability to exercise them, but they are yours as a result of you being human. So now with every single right comes a duty, right? Everybody's rights, and you'll notice they're embodied around the universal desire for freedom that resides in every single person. But how do those rights relate to other people? And that's where duties come in. For instance, we have a right to walk and travel on this street here. But the caveat is, I then have a duty not to infringe on anybody else's ability to do so. And it's the duties that are enforceable against any other person. So I have a right to life, but I have a duty to respect everyone else's life, and they have the duty to respect my own. So it's not just about me, it's about others. And that's where many of the libertarian-minded people miss it. So with this perspective of rights and every rights corresponding duty, there should be no room for the argument of the selfish libertarian that somehow you can have rights without any duties to other people, or anyone else can have rights without duties towards yourself. Now, with this in mind, no one has a right to a government. No one has a right to even society. And we're going to be doing a video here in the future on the social contract, the actual social contract, not Rousseau, not Hobbes, and not even Locke, but the actual social contract that is born through this understanding of rights and duties. Now, in sum, remember, everyone has the universal desire for freedom. Even tyrants want freedom as it applies to themselves. Around this desire for freedom, this desire to enlarge and increase and to progress, comes these claims that are equal to every single person. That just legal claim, and that's a natural fundamental right. For it to be natural, for it to actually be a fundamental right, everyone has to be able to claim and exercise that right simultaneously without forcing anyone else to cater to their needs or desires. And then along with that comes the duties associated with that are equally enforceable on every single individual. So this is very key going forward. And ultimately, it truly is entirely up to us.